y'all. Sorry for the late start. I'm Shanae. This is my mother.
Hello.
Who are you?
Linda.
Dejanay.
My name is Tyra.
And I'm Leah.
And we are here to talk about the word revival.
Woo!
So next Sunday, September 1st, is the word revival starring these three beautiful ladies. So I wanted to just ask them some questions. I'm going to start at the far end. What is your favorite part about being a part of the word revival?
Honestly, my favorite part is Tyra. Just getting to work with her and experience her brilliant mind. I think she is so smart and creative, and just watching her like teach the dancers and work with the actors that's probably one of my favorite parts.
Aww, thank you.
I love to hear that. I love to hear that.
So Tyra, what motivates you?
Oh, what motivates me is the Spirit of God motivates me.
Come on now.
Because I would say that all of the ideas and things like that I think, I honestly be thinking like it's coming from something or whatever, and the more I like dive into it, the more meaning and purpose that comes out of it, and that's what drives me, because it's like this curiosity that is like fulfilling and fun at the same time. So like that's what's motivational, because it's like it's cool and it's fun and it's creative. So I have no complaints.
Period. So now, Dejanay, I want to ask you a question. You were a part of the wordplay. Now you're a part of the word revival. What made you want to come back and do it again?
Well, first, multiple reasons. First being, this is a space that I haven't had in a long time, where I'm able to do everything that I want to do creatively. I'm able to sing, I'm able to act, I'm able to dance, I'm able to do everything. And for me to have the opportunity to be in a space where I'm able to do that freely is very rewarding. And then also the people, like Tyra, Shanae, whenever she is able to be around. And then everybody else that I was able to work with in the first installment of the word as well. Just everybody being around them, just giving off a creative energy from everybody.
Okay, without giving too much away, what's your favorite song in the word revival?
Ooh.
I don't know the names of the songs, honestly, but
I can help you with the names.
I really like the song that Dejanay sings, and I don't want to give too much away, but
What is the song about?
you know what? I don't even know all the words. It's just like it's her like encouraging the main character Diana, just that she doesn't have to be alone going through what she's going through. So I think I really like that one.
How do you connect with that song, Dejanay?
You know what? That is a very good question. I've had experiences where even myself, where I wanted to be alone when I was dealing with something and I didn't want to be around anybody. There was even a point where like I didn't want to go to any family events. I didn't want to be around any friends. I didn't even want to go to church. I didn't want to do nothing. So that in a way I'm able to connect with that song, because it's okay to want to be alone sometimes, but it's not okay to be alone all the time. You have people around you. It's important to have a community with you and people around you who want to love on you. So that's the way I'm able to connect with that song. It's one of my favorites too.
Oh, this is good. So touching. I'm really excited to see this play.
So am I.
What are you most excited to see?
Just my daughter being able to express her love and her creativity, her love for God, and being able to share it in her way as opposed to my way. You know, we're a different generation, and my way of showing people how much I love God and how He's first in my life is one thing. But to see her do it creatively through the arts, acting, singing, dancing, and whatever else she's going to be doing, it just blesses me in the blesses me. And to hear others talk about how they are encouraged or inspired by her love for the arts and her love for God, it blesses me beyond words. It really does.
Period. Now I kind of want to pedal back on like the song we were just talking about want to be alone, things like that. If y'all could just say one encouraging thing to somebody right now that could be watching our live, that's in a headspace where they're sad or feel like they're alone, or they have people around them but they just don't have it in them to accept love and stuff like that, how could y'all encourage somebody?
Well, I would say if I was given any kind of like advice, something that helped me when I'm going through times when I'm down or when I was facing like depressive feelings, was journaling and just kind of writing things out. Sometimes like I started out writing things like how I was feeling and just getting all my negative vibes out. But if you could do that, yes, and it kind of, purifies that. But also, like, when you're done writing all the negative stuff down, write things that you're grateful for. Like, look around you and be like, okay, I'm alive. Even if you just got to start from the scratch of it all. Mm-hmm. Just write something that you're grateful for. And that little bitty, like, tidbit of positive energy will start healing those spaces that you feel are so dark. Because that little bit of light that you let in, it really it will start clearing that out.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. If I can jump in and add to that, what I used to do when I was younger, and still do sometime now, when I write those negative things down, once I write them all down and I see what they are, then I tear it up and I throw it away. And I say to myself that I'm done with that. Before I start writing the good things down, I get rid of all of those negative ones that I've written down.
Yeah.
I would say just find somebody that you can talk to, regardless of who it is. Like, I think we have the tendency when we're going through a rough time to kind of isolate ourselves because we think nobody really understands and like we're the only person going through this. But I can guarantee you that somebody has been in the same position as you, and maybe they didn't know who they could talk to about it. But I found that in those moments, like going to my sister, even talking to my mom, or talking to a coworker, just being around somebody and telling them what's going on. Like, just don't keep it to yourself. And I think like finding community is like one of the best ways we can stop feeling alone.
I would say if reaching out to somebody just completely isn't an option for you, because it's okay to not want to reach out to anybody. For me, poetry was a big thing for me. Just being able to just write whatever I feel creatively, release it, and just let it be that. For me, it always felt like a big weight was lifted off of my shoulders because I got it out of my system and I was able to release it and just put it down on paper or however I write it. So just to piggyback off of both of y'all answers, journaling, writing it down, ripping it up, or just writing poetry, just writing just overall, whether if it's like a song, a poem, just you can write down whatever you thinking. It don't even have to make sense. Just writing something down when you don't feel like speaking it out verbally really helps.
Yeah.
I agree.
Me personally, I speak to myself. I speak to my problems. Like, I talk to myself a lot, and people might be like, what, that's crazy, but if I'm in my head and it's like a negative voice making me doubt myself, I would just speak to myself like, I'm really that, or I'm really smart, or I'm really pretty, or I'm gonna do good at this. I just speak to myself in a way that even if I don't believe it, I'm just speaking the opposite of whatever I'm feeling. If I'm not feeling the best, I'm gonna speak the best anyway. So now I got another question for y'all. What is y'all personal revival story? Like, what's something that God took you from flat and turned you into Jack? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what was something like an old way? Okay, I can go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I used to be so afraid of everything. I used to just be so fearful since I was a child, just scared of every single thing. Of putting myself out there, talking to people, of smiling, being nice. I just was afraid. And I don't know, I can't even pinpoint exactly when, but now I'm just like free to be happy, free to be brave, free to be strong, free to love people and stuff like that. So that's my revival story. I used to be afraid and now I'm free from fear.
Amen. Amen. That's beautiful.
I'll go next. I had the opportunity to share with you and Leah, like we had a personal conversation about like my motivation about writing this, which I originally thought that I wrote this play about just because I wanted to have somebody play a lawyer because I like the show All Rise. and I'm like, okay, like women in law, this is lit. And end up taking me through this whole process of like revisiting this space that I used to be in that I'm no longer in. Like I found myself free from it, where I used to believe for myself, I had this internalized belief that I was a curse and I was cursed and I was bad luck, I was unlucky. And I had this ideology that was created from a space of like grief and negative thinking of myself. And God took me from negative self-thought and negative self-talk to now I believe the truth about me, what God says about me and the most positive things. And now I know like I can choose whether I have a thought enter my mind like you really can't, or you not this, or you not that. I realize now that I have the power to be actually, like I don't care if it's my brain saying this or whatever, but I disagree that I'm this or I'm this negative thing, and I can now choose and decide, make a decision and make the choice for myself that I am in fact, these positive things and not these negative things.
Amen. I'm trying to keep my composure over here listening to my daughters share about from when they went from flat to jack. From flat to jack. Okay. And we're talking about revival. And just to hear you all, because I guess in listening to the two of you talk about where you came from, where I was thinking of, I guess had thoughts of not being a good mother. Because when your children get off track or they're going through something that you can't help them with, you start to believe what the enemy is saying, that it's your fault, you did something wrong, you didn't do enough, and you find out that's not it at all. So to see you go from flat to Jack, now where you're loving God, you're speaking His word, because power of life and death is in the tongue. Come on, somebody. And so you can take authority over whatever those thoughts are. You can take authority over that fear. You can speak whatever it is that you want, and you can have it. And to see the two of you now as grown women, still my babies, but as grown women, living for God, loving God, and inspiring other people to do the same, that shows me that what God has called me to do as a mother is to sow the seeds in you when you're little, train up a child in a way that they should go, and no matter where you go when you leave my house, but when you put it in them, you're going to come back to it, and that's what I'm watching you do. And you came back to it, and you brought so many others with you, and I'm so proud of that. So, amen.
Okay. I can go. I kind of shared this a little bit at the beginning when we were meeting the cast and everything. But when I was younger, I got bullied in school, and that carried me through like so much of my life. Just the thoughts in my head, like you're not beautiful, nobody likes you. Like even the stuff that was going on at home, like I didn't have a place to talk to. I didn't have my parents to go talk to. They were doing their own thing. So I thought my parents don't love me, nobody loved me. So these were the thoughts that were constantly swirling in my head. And I think that my story, like as I've gotten older and as I've learned to look at how God made me, it showed me God didn't create me to believe those things about myself. Like, why would God want me to think that I'm less than? Why would He want me to think that nobody loves me? So I've just gone through like this refining process of just being mindful, like how she said, when those thoughts come up, I'm mindful that I speak against them. So it's like, I walk into a room, that thought come up. They don't like you. Like, why you think you can be in this room? I say, that's not true. Like, I know I can walk into this room, at least one person like me. Maybe not everybody, but at least one person gonna like me in this room. So I just been learning to just see myself as how God made me and yeah, change my thoughts.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I just want to say, y'all have some really, really great answers. I would say for me, and God is still working on me with this, but really honing in to my gifts. I feel like each and every person on this earth was given a gift to share with the world. And for me, I had an issue with sitting idly and just watching other people do what I wanted to do. Like, I would sit and watch people sing and perform. I'm just like, dang, like, I can really do this, but like, I'm holding myself back. And that goes back to my previous answer. Like, I'm really grateful and thankful to be able to be in the space where I'm able to do things like this, where I'm able to perform around people and meet new people and just learn more about them. So really just honing into my gifts, understanding what my gifts are and what I can do to just reach more people.
That's a wonderful answer too.
Amen.
And it's interesting because it's just funny when you hear people say things, because it's like, you hear my mother say, I thought I wasn't a good mother. I'm like, what? And then Leah's like, I'm not beautiful. I'm like, what? And then Dejanay's like, I'm just sitting back and I'm not holding in my kids. I'm like, what? Like, Dejanay is one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Yeah.
This is no gas or no bias. This is like honest to goodness truth. It's like nothing you ask her to do, she's not going to blow your mind and do it. Like, so that's very, very crazy. And it's like, y'all not even confusion. So
They're trying to stop you from doing exactly those things that you're actually made to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And actually, if you think about it, the thing that God has put in you to do, the gift that He's given you, that's where the enemy is going to fight you the most and have you to second guess yourself, so you're not going to do it, you know. So you will be thinking, well, she's much better at dancing than I am. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe, you know, she sings better and I shouldn't. That's what the enemy wants you to believe, so you won't do what God has called you to do. So you won't step out there by faith. And anytime, and it's taking time for me to understand this and to find this out, but anytime there's opposition or anytime there's doubt that comes out of nowhere when you're thinking about doing something, that's when you should press in and really go for it, because that's how you know that's what God is calling you to do. Because if He wasn't, it wouldn't be any opposition, it wouldn't be any resistance. So
Literally.
Exactly.
So let's talk more about art. Now, we're talking about how creative everybody is, how talented everybody is. Let's talk about art. And I want to talk about art in a way of expression. What is your personal go-to way of expressing yourself?
Most recently, I would say typically it's writing for me. But more recently, honestly, it's been singing in private. And it's been more so like freestyle worship sing. And I would say like, I've basically kind of like hopped off of the page lately. Like normally I would be like, all right, I'm gonna write this, da 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 da. But I've been doing so much writing lately for different reasons that it's been like a hefty task. But now I would say right now where I am today, I would say my go-to way of lately has been like song, which is very interesting.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Like when I'm angry, when I'm sad, whatever emotion that I'm feeling, I just channel it into singing. And I just, whether it's in my car, whether it's in my room, like I'll be making up songs. Like it kind of just comes out of me, which I don't know why I'm not writing songs, but whatever I'm feeling, like a song can come out of me, and I'll just end up singing this entire song about what it was that I was feeling. So.
You're not writing songs.
Yeah. Right. You about to start after this interview.
You could record yourself singing and then you can remember what you said.
Sometimes I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I'll say the same thing. Definitely singing for sure. Singing in private, singing in the shower, singing in the car. And then, like I was saying before, I'm a poet, so I'm going to write something, of course. So, I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
I gotta add to mine. I also love to dance so bad. Like if I saw a video. I think it was like what's her name, Selma Hayek, I think. And it's like she gave some advice to young women, like if you have an attitude or you're having a bad day, just go in your room, put your music on, and just dance. And sometimes I would just go in there and break it down just because I feel like it. And it's so much fun. Like it feels good. It feels really good to move your body. And like that physical aspect of it, and that release where it's like, oh, I actually just want to shake it. Shake it off.
All right.
I was gonna say that I do like to sing. I love to sing, but I feel like when I am emotional, sometimes I shut down. Like I won't open my mouth. So sometimes I have to dance because I'm not gonna say a word. So singing is something I do when I'm like in a more happier space, or sometimes I'm not. But if I'm just like down in the dumps, I'm gonna go in my room and close the door. I'm gonna turn the lights off, put my headphones in, bang the music, and I'm gonna dance so hard. And I'm just gonna be pretending I'm like Beyonce background dancer until I laugh at myself. Like, what are you even doing, bro? If somebody walk in this room, you are cooked. What are you doing? But I like to dance too. I feel like that it shake up your whole mood. It's just like, somebody like shake. You gotta shake somebody to wake up. It feel like that. It feel like that.
Actually, that's a form of spiritual warfare. Breaking loose, breaking loose from whatever it is that the enemy is trying to put on you, trying to shackle you with, depression, or like you said, the bad attitude, or whatever space you're in. That's actually spiritual warfare that you're doing when you're talking about dancing like that. And Tyra, to my breaking it down or shaking something off, that's just something. Dancing is what I like to do, but for me, in a creative way, is me being able to decorate or make a space look beautiful for somebody else to come into. Whenever there's an event or a birthday or celebration of some sort, I like to go and decorate that space for people to come into and want to celebrate, want to, be in. So that's something that I like to do. Like today, coming and cooking and setting everything. I love that.
I like that a lot.
So in light of creating space, setting tones, what is the vibes? Like, what's the vibes of the word revival? What's the space that you're creating for the people that's coming to watch this play?
I want to know.
Ooh. Are you asking me?
Yeah. You're rolling. Who else I'm asking?
No, well, in Girl Brain fashion, I would say that Girl Brain is a space to create space for everybody. And that's always been my mission because, Jesus says, when you do this to the least of these, you've done it unto me. So it's like, I don't want to treat anybody like, oh, you up here, you down here, you this way, like this rating system that we have to deal with the societal annoyances that we already have to deal with. But it's a space of welcome that is welcoming anybody who, one, I'm going to say this, likes to be entertained, because we're going to show up and we're going to give you a great show at the base. Like, it's going to be very entertaining. But I would say the energy in the space is I would say a place of openness, and where we're gonna touch on things at different levels, but make things very understandable for anybody to relate to and to hear and feel seen and to empathize and find that space that connects us all as human beings. That's like, oh wow, honestly, most of us have encountered something like this before in one way or another, to where it could like link us in together in a new way of togetherness, you know what I mean? Because it's like all these people that feel alone or don't feel seen or feel overlooked or feel alone in their situation, when it's like actually you're not alone, and you know God sees you, but also we see you, and we're all here together at the same time for a reason. So I would say that's the vibe that I like to create in whatever we're doing with Girl Brain, because it's like, you know, anybody, everybody, you cousin, you uncle, you dog, cat, you three-legged individual, I don't know.
What?
But whoever, you know, any old body, like, honestly. So I would say that's kind of the vibes. Yeah. What do y'all think the vibes is? Y'all been around the vibes with the rehearsals and
Yeah, what's the
stuff.
vibe?
Yeah, what's the vibe?
Inside of school.
Something to think about for sure.
It is.
They're like, we just be working.
You're running from the top. Take it to the back.
No, I would say when you asked that question, like the first thing I thought of was like being put into like a different world, a different universe. Like so whoever is able to make it, which I hope is as many people as possible, they are going to take something, whether if it's from a certain character or a certain scene or a certain song, they're going to take something with them, and it's going to make them feel like an out of this world feeling. They're going to take something out of a scene somewhere. Because I felt like that when, you know, in certain scenes where I wasn't in and I was able to watch from the side, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be my favorite. This is my favorite.
Yeah, we do be getting, I've gotten goosebumps in rehearsal a couple times, or like the energy be like potent.
What would you say? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it depends on like what you're coming to look for. If it's entertainment, like you'll be entertained. I definitely think with the singing and the dancing, that's some of my favorite parts. Like we got dancers that are what, like 3 years old or something.
We got young ones, we got big ones.
Yeah, and it's amazing seeing like these women dance, and however old they are, just putting all their energy into being good and showing up. So entertainment, but also healing, if that's, you know, what you're needing in your life. And the character that I play, Ruth, not to give too much away, but she relates to Diana a lot, the main character in Lost. And I think just everything that you're seeing in the play, it's going to be healing for anyone who's going through loss right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he take you to it, he'll take you through it.
Come on, can I ask a question? I want to know, you know, being the mother, what kind of teacher is Tyra? What is it like sitting under her as a teacher, instructor, director,
Terrifying.
producer? Not as a little sister, as you know, being in the play. Seriously, what is it like learning from her? Y'all scared to talk?
I'm really just in deep thought. I would say Tyra is very much so about her business. She has a very great work ethic. I cannot speak. Work ethic, and that is something that I truly do admire about her. Like when it comes time to rehearse, like she ready, she setting stuff up, like she just don't go. I don't know if you want to share any. Never mind. You know what?
Yeah.
About the story that you were telling me about. It was the other day something happened. I'm
Oh.
thinking about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could talk about it, but you don't have to say all the
Yeah.
names or not.
No, I don't want to try to give too much detail, but the reason why I even mentioned that is because like she was telling me about how much she was able to grasp patience, and she said like how much she's grown as a person, and listen to her like tell that story to me and explain to me what happened and how she saw herself grow. I was like, wow, like so this is a growing experience for everybody, even if you are in a position of leadership. It's still room to grow.
Yeah,
That's
always.
good. That's good. That's good.
I would say Tyra is like a student teacher. Cause
Beautiful.
yeah, there are like teachers who like listen to me, like this is how it goes, and like nobody can have an opinion, but Tyra's always like, if you have an opinion, like let's talk about it and let's see how we can like incorporate that into the show. So it's like whenever I've had an idea, I can always feel open to go to Tyra and say, I was thinking about this for this scene, and she's like, okay, like yeah, I like that idea, like let's talk about it. And just like her humanness, I feel like you can tell she's a human, like she's learning and she's growing, and like we're all doing things that we've never done before, so there it doesn't feel like you're intimidated, because I think when you see people who are talented and maybe you haven't done that before, it feels intimidating. But with her, it's like I know she has done things before, but she's also doing new things, and she lets us know like, oh, like yeah, this is new for me too, like and I could tell her like I might be feeling a little nervous about this, I never did this before. She's like, it's okay, like we're all trying new things, so like really encouraging.
Oh, that's good to know.
I'm glad I'm not terrified.
That's just from a little sister.
It was a joke. I can honestly say the more that we talk about this play, the more that we talk to the cast, the more excited that I am getting for the Word Revival.
Yes.
September 1st
Yes.
at the Marygrove Conservancy Theater.
Yes. What time?
1 o'clock
And?
and 5 o'clock.
All right.
Okay, we got 2 shows on one at 1 p.m., one at 5 p.m.
Yes.
Sunday, this upcoming Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, you don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss this.
I am not.
I'm not gonna miss this.
Yes.
We're all gonna be there. Us and so many more people. But hi to everybody for watching, tuning in, checking in, whatever y'all doing. I hope that something that we said, talked about, resonated with y'all. I'm super, super, super excited about this play. Anybody else got some last little tidbits y'all want to say?
I say whoever is coming, everybody that is coming, even if y'all doing something for the holiday, put them ribs in the oven, come and see the play, be blessed, and go back and eat and sit around with your family and talk about what you got from it. And you're gonna be happy you did.
100%.
Ooh, we excited. Come
Yes.
on, see us. Come see